Good morning, students. From your first flight book, we are doing chapter number 4 from the diary of Anne Frank, written by Anne Frank. Since no one would understand a word of my stories to Kitty, if I were to plunge right in, I would better provide a brief sketch of my life, much as I dislike doing so. So, Anne Frank, she starts with, she says that if in my diary, Kitty, I'm going to straight away start with my experiences or my thoughts or musings, nobody would get it, nobody would understand me as a person. So I would try to give a brief sketch of my family, that is, my family, my friends, my life. But then I do dislike introducing things or introducing my family. But then a brief sketch of the people around me I would give. My father, the most adorable father I have ever seen, didn't marry my mother until he was 36 and she was 25. So she says that my father, that is Otto Frank, he was the most lovable father, and she says that he got married at the age of 36 when he was 36 and mother was 25. My sister Megot was born in Frankfurt in Germany in 1926. I was born on 12th June 1929. So she tells us about her elder sister Megot. She was born in Frankfurt in Germany 1926 and Anne Frank was born on 12th June 1929. I lived in Frankfurt until I was 4. So Anne Frank lived in Frankfurt till she was 4 years of age. My father immigrated to Holland in 1933. My mother, Edith Hollander Frank, went with him to Holland in September. So she tells us about her father, Otto Frank, that he immigrated, he settled, he went to Holland in 1933, and the mother, Edith Hollander Frank, also went to Holland in the same year, 1933, in September. While Megot and I were sent to Aachen to stay with our grandmother, and both the sister Megot and Anne Frank, they went to Aachen to stay with the grandmother. Megot went to Holland in December and I followed in February, and Megot joined the family, that is father and mother, in 1933 in December to Holland, and followed to Holland in February the next year, the following year, that is 1934, when I was plunked down on the table as a birthday present for Megot. So she was taken in February to Holland, and she was a surprise gift for the elder sister, a birthday gift for the elder sister, that is Megot. I started right away at the Montessori nursery school. I stayed there until I was 6, at which time I started in the first form. So she says, she talks about the first school, the Montessori nursery school, and she says I started in Holland with the Montessori nursery school, and she was there till she turned 6, and she was in the first form. First form, whether you call it as a first class or a first grade. In the sixth form, my teacher was Mrs. Cooperus, the headmistress. At the end of the year, we were both in tears as we said a heart-breaking farewell. So she says that in the sixth form, her headmistress was Mrs. Cooperus, and they were all together in tears because of the love and respect they had for each other, that is Anne Frank and the headmistress, and they were saying they were in tears. Why? Because they were saying farewell to each other. In the summer of 1941, grandma fell ill and had to have an operation, so my birthday passed with little celebration. So she says that how in in summer 1941 the grandmother was ill and she had to undergo an operation. So Anne Frank's birthday celebrations were not there. Grandma died in January 1942. No one knows how often I think of her and still love her. So she says that January 1942, grandmother passed away, and she says that nobody can understand or nobody knows that she loves her grandmother and still do. This birthday celebration in 1942 was intended to make up for the other, and grandma's this birthday celebration in 1942 was intended to make up for the other, and grandma's candle was lit along with the rest. So because the previous year's birthday did not happen, 1941 birthday did not happen, so this year they had to make a grand birthday for Anne Frank. So the celebrations were huge, and grandmother's candle was also lit along with the rest of the family. The four of us are still doing well, that is the mother, father, that is Otto Frank, Edith Frank, Margot, elder sister, and Anne Frank. They're doing well, they're good, they're healthy. And that brings me to the present date of 20th June 1942 and the solemn dedication of my diary. So she says that we are all good, and today this is the date when I'm going to start writing. I'm going to wholly and seriously devote myself into writing a diary where I'm going to reflect me as a person. I'm going to reflect my thoughts, my musings, my ideas in my diary, and the present date when I'm going to start this diary is 20th June 1942. Saturday, 20th June 1942. Dearest Kitty, our entire class is quaking in its boots. The reason, of course, is the forthcoming meeting in which the teachers decide who will move up to the next form and who will be kept back. So Anne starts writing diary, and the date is Saturday, 20th June 1942, and she names the diary as Kitty, and she starts, Dearest Kitty. She starts the first diary. She says that the whole class is quaking in its boot. That is, it is very nervous. It is fear. It is shaking with fear. Why? The reason is that the next meeting, the forthcoming meeting, the teachers will decide who will move up in the next form. That is, who is going to get promoted to the next class, to the next grade, and who would be kept back, who would not be promoted. Half the class is making bets. GN and I laugh ourselves silly at the two boys behind us, CN and Jakes, who have staked their entire holiday savings on their bet. Now she says that half of the class is making bets. This, yes, you would be promoted. The other says no, and they are making bet for the results. And she says GN. GN here is used for initials of a friend of Anne Frank. And she says GN and I have laughed ourselves silly. That is, they have laughed for a long time. At whom? At the two boys that were sitting behind these girls, that is GN and Anne. That is, the boy's name is CN and Jigs. And she says that these boys have done what? They have put their entire holiday savings on the bet that who would pass, who would be promoted to the next class, to the next grade, and who would not be promoted, who would be kept back, hold back. From morning to night, it's you are going to pass. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. No, I'm not. So this is how the class is roaring with, yes, you are going to pass, no, I'm not, yes, you are. And this is what the chat or the discussion in the class is going on. Even G's pleading glances and my angry outburst can't calm them down. So even G's the friend of Anne, she's pleading, requesting glances, and the angry outburst, that is Anne getting angry at the classmates, cannot calm the classmates, calm them to be quiet and patient till the results are announced. But then the whole class is discussing about the results and betting. If you ask me, there are so many dummies that about a quarter of the class should be kept back. So she says that, and says that if you take my opinion, the half of the class is dummy. That is, the students have low intelligence. They do not respond to the teachers, or they do not participate in activities. So they're dummies, and they should be the quarter of the class should be held back. They should not be promoted. But teachers are the most unpredictable creatures on earth. But then she says that the teachers are most unpredictable. It is very difficult to know about the teachers. Nothing can be predicted. I'm not so worried about my girlfriends and myself. We will make it. So she says, I'm not worried about my result or my friend result. We are going to do good for ourselves when it comes to results. We are going to get promoted to the next rank, to the next class. The only subject I'm not sure about is maths. Anyway, all we can do is wait. So she says, I'm not very much sure about the mathematics subjects. But then what to do? We have to wait till the results are announced. Until then, we keep telling each other not to lose heart. So we are trying to console each other by telling that we should not lose hope and we are going to get passed and promoted to the next form. I get along pretty well with all my teachers. There are 9 of them, 7 men and 2 women. Mr. Keesing, the only foggy who teaches maths, was annoyed with me for ages because I talked so much. So Anne Frank is talking about her relations with teachers, and she says that I am having good relations with all my teachers. She says that there are 7 teachers, there are 9 teachers, 7 of them are men and 2 are women, and she has good relations with all of them, leaving Mr. Keesing. He is what? He is an old-fashioned person. He is a mathematics teacher, and he gets annoyed with Anne. And the reason for his annoyance with Anne is that Anne is a talkative girl. She talks too much. After several warnings, he assigned me extra homework. So many a time the mathematics teacher, Mr. Keesing, has warned Anne to be quiet in class, but then Anne is helpless because that's her trait. She is bound to talk in all the class because she's a talkative girl. Then giving several warnings, Anne did not improve on herself, so he assigned an extra homework to Annie. What was that? An essay on the subject, a chatterbox. So Mr. Keesing, a mathematics teacher, assigned Anne Frank as a punishment to write an essay on a chatterbox. A chatterbox? What can you write about that? I would worry about that later, I decided. So she starts wondering, what am I going to write on a chatterbox? What essay would I write? But then she thought that I'll worry about it later. The best thing would be I jotted down the title in my notebook, tucked it in my bag, and tried to keep quiet. So she says that time my teacher was very annoyed. The best thing was to just note down the title, a chatterbox, in my notebook and carry that notebook in my bag and be quiet for the time the mathematics period is going on.